Hello and welcome to the Slip Slip Snits YouTube channel. I'm Jay,
I'm Gabs.
and we are coming to you with a very special, not very special, but different video that I think
Unique.
is like our what?
A unique.
Unique, sure. Um, this is our crochet blanket era video because we decided we're actually very much so obsessed with this vibe and we have so many plans that why not share it with everyone else? So we're going to go through the blankets that we currently have in progress and then our plans as well, to take you through this journey with us. You want to start? You got more.
I do. So I have four. Okay, technically three, but I'm counting it because it is probably going to be my one and only knit blanket ever. So it's a crochet slash knit blanket era. We just podcast. So I am working on my Magic Knot Ball crochet blanket, which I feel like this is the blanket that launched 1,000 ships, right? I'm super nerd, right? Like
I'm
Helen.
sorry. Did you just compare your crochet blanket to Helen of Troy?
Yeah, the most beautiful blanket in the world. Obviously, men will fight wars for it.
Okay.
But like it's what launched me into being obsessed with crochet blankets again. I went through this crochet blanket era in like 2015, 2016 as well. Which if you follow us on Instagram, you've seen like I finished like 4 or 5 crochet blankets from like October to December of this year. And now this one that I've been doing with my sister is like reinvigorating it. So don't worry, I'm not knitting 1,000 crochet blankets. That's a lot. So
Not with that attitude.
this is just a simple granny stitch, and I am using a Clover Amore hook. It's the number 7. It's 4.5 millimeter, and it's held double with fingering weight. I guess it's indie dyed, fingering weight, indie dyed yarn mostly. A little bit of Knit Picks in there, and then Knit Picks Stroll Glimmer as well. So, and this is a lap blanket.
I don't know, guys. Mine covered me up like pretty good.
Yeah, but it's not like the width of a bed,
Right.
right?
Oh,
Because that's the next
well,
size
if
up
you
is a
will.
twin, and it's not the size of a twin bed.
Okay, fine. Well, funny you should talk about this because I'm also working on this is my second for 20.
See, the blanket that launched 1,000 ships.
This is my second for 2024. I started this one on January 31st, and this is where I'm at with it. It was includes the frogged yarn from my granny stripe and then a new magic knot ball. I created the magic knot ball for myself over this past year as I was creating my sister's magic knot ball, which she obviously is working on. And I have finished mine. Check out our latest podcast if you'd like to see that one, or our Instagram, bless you. And then this is the magic knot ball that I am working from. So this one should be a bit bigger because I've got more grams in it and I made it a little bit wider, but I am holding it double with a variety of indie dyed yarns that are all in the same general kind of cream family. So I have this mystery one my sister gave me. Um, for one of my birthdays, and then I've got a whole Erin Lane bag worth of woo, there she goes, of other creams that I've set aside that will probably go with it. And so it's been exciting because not only do I get to see the colors change with the Magic Knot Ball, but also the colors change. Sorry, I don't know if you can hear the motorcycles. The colors change when I change what I'm holding it double with as well. So it's like equally scrappy for both yarns. And so it keeps it really spicy for me.
I like it.
Thank you.
I am also working on a Battenberg blanket. I started this in July of last year. It is my only 2023 crochet whip, and this is one of my Battenberg squares. I am using about 90% of my sister's DK leftovers that she gives me. Um, so basically, this blanket is free, right? Because Chaley spent all the money on it, not me.
You're welcome.
Um, yeah. So my goal is it's also going to be, I guess, lap size because it's not going to be big enough for a twin bed. Um, It's going to be 360 squares, 180 of them are colored, and 180 are cream. The cream I'm using is a Woolstock worsted from Blue Sky. I designed something with it, and I'm going to use the extras for it and then buy more as I need it. My goal is to hopefully finish this by December of this year, but I don't have enough colored squares yet, because I don't really knit with DK, and I can only force my sister to knit so many DK socks at once. She can only really knit one pair a day. So
It's also the mailing because I
yeah,
I like to like stock up on them for you and then send it in like a big package so that it's all at once.
absolutely, because shipping charges are a lot. So my Battenberg is a work in progress. It's mostly, I'd say mostly Chaley's Hypnotic yarnables. Probably at least 50 to 60% of it is. A few of it is my own DK leftovers, and then some of it's just some sporadic.
I don't even know which DK ones would be yours.
That bright yellow.
Oh yeah, I remember that
That bright
one.
yellow, the red with the sparkle. Um, there's a couple random purple that you'll look at, like you'll see it, and then you'll be like, those aren't mine. Like they're definitely not
Where did these
Chaley.
come from?
Exactly. So that's my second crochet blanket.
My other crochet blanket is probably my longest whip now at this point. It is my pink granny square. This is a little kind of like nice buckety bag that our dad made for me. And so this one is probably going to take a while. Because it's made out of all scraps of like pinks, probably dabbling into like reds and purples yarns. So I am making a bunch of little granny squares. I got, if you saw Vlogmas, I got the very pink Christmas Advent from Suburban Stitcher. And I have only been making one square out of each pink. So that's also why it's taking a little bit longer because you can get, right, like out of like something like this, you could probably get 2 squares. But I just wanted one of each pink because that's what I've chosen as my journey. So I have a bunch of the squares. I have not count them in a really long time, so I have no idea how close I am, but I want to get up to 96 because I want it to be a little bit more of a larger size blanket. So this one has not been touched since Christmas time, and that's okay. Like I don't really care because I've been working on my other blankets. But once I get up to the 96, I will join it all together. And I did already purchase my yarn for joining it. And every time I look at this, it makes me so happy. It is from K&L Fibers, and it was their Criminal
Ooh.
Minds line, and this one's called Baby Girl. So it is based on Penelope Garcia, one of my favorite Criminal Minds characters. So this is what I will use to join all of my little pink granny squares, and this one will definitely be for me because pink is my aesthetic. So I'm excited about this one. And I'm also excited to like, when you're like, you've made all your squares, I'm sure you feel this way with your Battenberg is like, you get to re-remember the yarn as
Yeah.
you're doing it. So I'm excited about that. And I did my first granny square blanket in the fall for our grandma. And even though like the joining is a little bit laborious, like I actually really liked the joining process. So I think that for me was kind of like the kindling of my crochet blanket fire.
Oh yes, you're Helen of Troy.
Yes.
All right, here's my knit blanket, which is my cozy memories, which there's a lot. It's basically just a mitered square. It's a mitered square blanket. And it's all sock yarn. It's very big. I'm making it like 14 by 17 squares. And I have been using, this is the row I'm on right now. I've been using all my fingering leftovers. It's about halfway done. I really like it. It's gonna be awesome, but man, this sucker takes forever. Like, it's crazy. I can do about 2 rows of the my granny chevron in about 30 to 40 minutes. And I can do one of those tiny little squares in 30 to
Right.
40 minutes. I understand there's different weight yarn, right? I understand it's DK and I've got a way bigger hook, but so I like it, but this is my one and only cozy memories blanket because I don't have time for this. And I want to use it, right? Like I want to use the thing. I started this maybe 2.5 years ago, which based on a lot of people make this blanket and based on how long it takes other people, it seems to be it's a long-term project. Like Kay the Crazy Sock Lady, her seemed to take her 2.5 to 3 years. Mama Jess Knits, her seems to take her 2 to 3 years. Like, I think that's just the timeline of the blanket. So you have to accept that. It's not going to be a 1-month blanket. Like, this could have absolutely been done in 1 month. Like, especially if it was a summer month and I wasn't working, this could have absolutely been done.
I did mine in a month.
Yeah, and she's working. Is it me still because you don't have any more?
No more whips.
All right, I forgot to go get mine, so you're gonna have to talk about something.
Okay. Well, it's also been nice to kind of do this journey with Gabs because not only are we like making the same blankets, but then she'll like research stuff. So then it helps me with my research on the different things that I want to make. Cause honestly, she figured out how to make our crochet blankets first. And then taught me how. But I don't know. I think there must be something about the crochet that just like goes so much faster than me. I also found that I am not a knitter who likes to flip their work. So I had a Cozy Memories and then quit on it because I hated flipping it over back and forth. So now Gabs has a nice little shelf decoration or shelf decor called the Cozy Memories Chaylee Quit On, which was such a relief when I quit.
Yes, it's cute. It's right. I don't think you can see it, but I have it right there. If I move, can you see that little thing hanging out?
Yeah.
Down? That's it. It's cute. It like I really do like it. Okay, so this is my longest term.
Oh, geez.
This is my Granny Advent blanket. It is fingering weight, and it is all of my scraps of projects that I finished since December 1st, 2023. It's a free pattern on it's a free pattern on Ravelry. There are no finished objects of this blanket, even though it's been out for a year. Including the designer doesn't have a finished object of this.
Woo!
It's free. It's really easy and simple. I like it. I really like it. Honestly, if I was going to do it again, I'd do it out of DK, which is what I might do if you say give me if you give me other of your DK scraps, because as DK it would be fine. But these suckers are an inch. They are an inch big.
But you join it as you make it.
You do join as you go.
Hmm.
So I did some calculating.
You're gonna die before you finish this blanket.
Potentially. 60, if I do 60 inches by 45, you have to figure out that's what I think I'm going to try and make its finished dimensions, but that's a lot of yarn,
It's 5 feet.
Yeah. So let me do math. Hold on. 60 times 45. I'm doing it on my calculator. Typed it wrong. That's 2,700 squares.
How many you got?
Like 30.
Oh, okay.
So that's a lot. 2,700 is a lot. I would have to do, yeah. Yeah. 7 years.
Oh, that's not bad.
I think it's gonna take me about a decade to finish this. So when I do whip counts, this sucker does not count as a whip.
No.
Ain't no way. So I'm working on it. It's a long-term project. Everyone jokes that it's gonna be the project I send my daughter. It's the blanket I send to my daughters when they move out of my house. Potentially.
I thought you meant for like your grandchildren.
Potentially first grandchild blanket.
Yep. Nice.
But I think it'll be kind of cool because like I know exactly when this started. So I think it'll be really cool if I actually because I know I started this December 1st, 2023. So I think it would be really cool. Goal to finish it is December 1st, 2033. Yeah.
Good goal. Good goal.
Calling my shot now if we're still doing YouTube in 10 years. You're gonna have to find this clip again.
Oh, great.
I know. So those are my whips. What do you have for your future plans, Chai?
I have 4, and I did bring the yarn over for it. So there's some that I could theoretically start, which I probably will once I finish this Granny Chevron. And then there's one that I'm like working on. And I guess I technically have a 5th that would be another swap with you. So my first one is I have this beautiful advent from Yarnaceous Fibers. It was a Land Before Time, um,
Ooh.
like July advent, and it's got these really pretty like greens and purples. And so I want to make, oh man, this is where I'm going to start putting in pictures. I want to
Yeah, you
make
are.
the Daphne Afghan by Tony Lipsy of TL Yarn Crafts. I'm gonna have to do some figuring out of that because it's like 4 sections. And in my mind, this was 24, but then I'm like, no, it's 31. So I'm gonna have to split them some way. And I think I need a main color with it, but I think I might do what I did and see if I can like scrounge something up from my stash. But if not, then I'll find something to do as the
I have a Yarnaceous Advent too. If I find a color in mine that I think goes with yours, then I can just give it to you because it's minis. I can just give you the one mini and then you're at 32. And then it's even.
I didn't even think about just adding in a mini. This is why we do these videos.
I'm a thinker.
I mean, I think it does not bother me at all if the mini that's added in is not Yarnaceous, and I have plenty of minis that I can go add in. So I will just go look in the mini bin and see if there's one to match with this, because then that
If there
makes
isn't one, I also have plenty of minis, so I think you could just not
between the
add in a
two of
mini
us, we got a mini. This
or
is
dad.
a great idea. See, spitballing. We're spitballing back and forth.
We rehearse this so much. We plan it
Brain
out.
space. Me being like, is that how I was just gonna stop at 28? I got it. I got it. It's fine. Okay, so that's the plan. But like, this is such a cool advent because it's come with such cute things. Like, if you know Land Before Time, like I got a stitch mark.
Oh, the
It's a,
starflowers.
it's a what did you call it?
Starflowers.
Tree star.
Ah, crap.
How embarrassing. And then like I'm never going to use this because it's so cute, but because look how cute this is. Like
Oh
I'm
yeah,
never burning this because
you
I
can't melt
love
that.
it. Huh?
You can't melt that.
I know they're so precious. And I got some really cool teas, but I'll probably have to wait for my sister to try my teas because she's a lot more adventurous than me. But yeah, so that's the plan for this. I think that's the one that I'll make next. And like I feel like this is the one that probably would be a nice gift for people, but then like I don't want to give it to people because I'm like, but it's so pretty. So I might just have another blanket for myself. But yes, the Daphne Afghan is the plan for that.
Yes, because it gets very cold in California for us. We need many, many blankets.
If you
Okay, so I also have a Yarnaceous advent calendar. It's Yarnaceous and Fangirl Fibers, and I actually won this advent calendar in a giveaway. It is the Holidays at Hell Creek advent calendar from it was Christmas 2022. And I already started knitting this. But I'm gonna frog the whole thing. Because here it is. This is day, what is it, 1 through 7, maybe? And I don't love how it's turning out. It's yes. So I'm gonna frog it and I'm gonna turn it into a blanket. I'm gonna turn it into a modified granny chevron blanket. I'll send Shaylee the picture. It's a free pattern as well. And it's I'm gonna hold it double, so it's fingering weight, and I'm gonna hold it double as DK. And it's gonna be for our uncle because it's very muted colors, and he's also very into that like dinosaur
Who?
thing. Anthony.
Oh, I thought you said our uncle.
Uh-huh.
And I just heard uncle. And so I was like, he's dead.
No, our Uncle Anthony.
Okay.
We have one of those, Shaylee.
I was like, who are you talking about? Well, and then
Our
I was like, well, did you mean like one of your daughter's uncles? And then I got confused.
the uncle that my sister thinks I thought I was talking about is our dad's brother, our Uncle Ken, who passed away when I was a senior in high school, so 2008. He also would have been very supportive of our crochet. We would have gotten a lot of yarn.
Oh yeah. He would have
Um,
just like needed the links and then been like shopping all over the
With very
place.
vibrant colors. He's very much like Chaley. He got her all like he bought her this whole like set of Bratz dolls, and it was crazy town. Um, but yes, so that'll be for Anthony, probably for Christmas, realistically, depending on how it goes. Yeah, so I'm excited about that. I'll start it. It's okay. So I have a rule for myself. Um, I know you can pull a crochet hook out of a project and just move it into the next project, right? So you could do, but I'm not gonna let myself do that because that's
Oh,
freaking
yeah,
slow.
no.
So I do it all the time, right? Like I pull this sucker out, like this is out of my granny square, but I don't move it to another project bag because that is a slippery slope of doom.
What
So
hook are you using for that little sucker?
I don't know, it's yellow.
Oh, okay. I have
It's a dinker. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
C,
Yeah,
2.75 millimeter.
yeah, it's that buddy. So I don't move my hooks around. I know you can. Like I'm aware that it's a thing you can do, but I don't do it because it's that's how you end up with a Sophie's Universe from 2015.
It's on principle.
Because
I
I
respect
can't go down that road again. I've released it. I only have whips from 2023, which I feel is fair because it's only February. Um, yeah. And the Granny Advent, the tiny Granny Advent does not count.
Okay,
But
that doesn't, yeah, that's like not relevant.
that's also from 2023. So I'm doing it. What else you got, Shay?
So I'll do this one next. This one is in progress. So this is I'm not going to be able to start for I could, but like I like a big magic knot ball. Like I like one that's got some weight to it. So I don't like to start multiple and then add them in. So this is my DK magic knot ball that I have been adding stuff into. So like the yarns Gabrielle uses for the Battenberg then sends back to me, I add in to this. And this I am going to make just a continuous granny square. So
Ooh,
it's just
nice.
gonna keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So this won't get started for a while because I would like a heftier magic knot ball to be able to use for that. So hopefully when Scabs gives me my yarns back, then I can add those into this. Because I guess I theoretically could wind off some of it to put into this, but it's not as fun because then I like you literally use whatever she has given me back and I put it in here. Like I don't, there's no set amount that goes into this. So I think that makes it more exciting and more organic for me.
Mhm.
You
All
little
right.
baby.
I have to consult my list because now I'm thinking I forgot things. Oh, okay. So I also have a kit from our grandmother, Jane, not Buddy. Um, our grandma Jane passed away in February. Yeah, February of 2020.
20.
So she gave this to me a while. She gave this to me before I got married, which was in 2017. So it's been about 7 or 8 years. And it's the Persian tiles kit from Janie Crow. I'm saying all these words, so my sister has to drop in the photo. Um, I actually think I got it in grad school. It's very pretty, and grandma bought me the kit. So I'm gonna finally crochet it. I just never got around to it. Um, yes. So that's what it's really complicated. I guess I could pull it up on my phone and see how well that does.
Is it in our library?
It's probably in mine. That's the ish. Let's see. I think I got it. It's okay. It's this.
Oh, yeah.
So I have it in this color. That's the color that grandma bought me. I think it's refocusing on it. So I also have the pattern. It's a printed pattern. I'm really excited to do it. I've wanted it. I've always loved that like geometric Persian tile, Moroccan tile style look. That's what I wanted to put on my backsplash, but me and my husband have creative differences when it comes to decorating, which Shaylee finds hilarious
Do you
because she
even
knows
have a backsplash?
no, because we have creative differences. Because Shaylee knows how I actually feel about these things. But they're not YouTube appropriate. Or at least we're not that kind of YouTube channel. Um, so I'm gonna hopefully work on that. That's a long-term project. I didn't get it down because it is in the top of my closet and it will probably crush me with all the other stuff. It is underneath Daniel's Garth Brooks best of Garth Brooks collection. So I can't get it right now.
He's so weird.
But Shaylee loves Daniel. Like Shaylee like fully embraced him as her big brother. Like
Well,
They
he's
have
stuck with me. I don't know what I think he had to do more embracing of Chaylee because I was
yeah,
like, oh, he's ours. Okay, great.
they fully have conversations without me many times a day.
Sometimes I feel like Daniel and I, well, especially when I was in college down here and you were up home, Daniel and I hung out more than they did.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. He'd
Like
like go to
we
her
do
stuff.
Disney. We like,
Yeah,
yeah, that's my boy.
yeah. He's
Um,
also saved her from a lot of stuff.
yeah,
He saved
that's
me
fine.
from a lot of stuff
He
too,
reaps
though.
my benefits for me.
I did almost fall off the couch last night. I missed the couch and he just like grabbed me up. And I'm like,
Oh,
okay, thanks. And he was on his phone. You know how Daniel scrolls?
oh
He was
yeah.
like, I don't know how he saw me falling, but he somehow didn't drop his phone and still grabbed me by the scruff of my neck. So I didn't like eat it off the couch.
It's good he's got that length because he's actually scruffed me a couple times when I almost got stuck in the roller coaster doors on the Matterhorn. Is that our boy
That was,
Daniel?
that was our boy Daniel
My
checking on me
boy.
to see if we were done. So the girls are home. So now we gotta like speed
Oh,
it
okay.
up.
I only have two more.
Me too.
So I didn't really know what to do with this advent. So yes, if you're tracking, I do have two fully intact advents I haven't touched. Actually three, but that's made for a sweater or that's set aside for a sweater. So I have this whole advent from Dragon Horde yarn. It is my Schitt's Creek. It's like a shitty Christmas in July advent. And so what I think is what I'm going to do with my sister is we're making some kind of hexagon blanket. And the one that I found is Finley's Starburst Hexie, I
Oh, I
think.
think that's the one I wanted to do too.
Okay, great. By, remember their name?
Isn't this Naughty Crawl? Not a crawl?
Yes, Mallory Crawl
Crawl.
Designs.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the one I think I'm going to make out of this. And I have some really cool deep purples that I think might be good to do the joiners with. That might be kind of fun for this one.
Oh, very nice. So I'm also doing a Nauticrawl um advent-ish blanket. Mine will be very scrappy. I participated in some scrap swaps, scrap fits, scrap advents this year, and I haven't opened a single one of them. Like they're in fully intact, closed, haven't opened them because I don't like to open. Shayla likes to open everything at once. I like to do one thing at a time. So I am going to use those. One is from a Craya Bay, did a swap. So it was, I have their 10 gram minis that I swapped with a lovely crafter named Jackie in Utah. And then I also still haven't opened my Pearls and Polish one that I swapped with Rachel. So I'm going to open once I have gotten done with my whips, I am going to open one a day. And if it's like a darker, moodier color, it's going to go into my the Yarnaceous one because I don't have enough to make a full blanket. Or if it's a brighter or it just doesn't go with it, I will put it in my Hexie blanket. So that's the plan, to knit up all of those. I don't think I'll have enough either way. And I'm going to hold a double to make it DK because fingering weight blankets are not for me. I like doing that. I don't like crocheting with fingering weight yarn. I've learned this.
Mm.
But just like I
Uh,
don't like knitting with thicker yarn, one of these things, except if it's Juicy Couture, then I will always knit with Juicy Couture.
okay, so my last thing is that I don't think a lot of these blankets are going to use up all of my yarn. So I'm going to do a leftovers advent blanket, which I have in this super great bag that Anna gave me as for one of our swaps.
I love that
And
bag. It's a good one.
it's fun, isn't it? So I think I'm gonna do a Mocha Ripple, which is also a TL Yarn Crafts design. And so that's, I'm gonna hold my leftover, I had all this extra palette from the stocking that I crapped out on. And then they were having a sale, so I just bought some more that I think would just be enough-ish of what I need to kind of get going on this. And I will add in all my advent extras to this Mocha Ripple, which basically is a granny chevron, but I think they're just single, or like they're, instead of the little cluster, they're like double crochets all along. So I'm going to use all my yarns. I have my very pink advent in here. And then like once I get through my Daphne, then I can use my Not Jurassic, Land Before Time. I can add in the Schitt's Creek one. Once I finish my Ravello, I can add in up there, right there is my leftovers from my Rebel Woolworks advent, or not, I haven't started it. They're fully intact over there. So that will be an ongoing blanket that gets only advents in them.
Nice. My last one is the leftovers from my Sophie's Universe kit that Daniel bought me. This was again before we were married. Or maybe we were just married, but it was very long time ago. So I made my Sophie's Universe stool, which I love and gets used all the time. But I have all these extras because it was supposed to be a Sophie's Universe blanket, and then I was like, ain't no way. Ain't no way. So I am making a Josephine blanket by, oh man, there's no way. There's no way I can just say this. A Josephine blanket. I'll text Chaley the name. I'm so sorry. I didn't look it up and it's gonna go badly. So it is made out of cotton 8. Oh man, now I gotta say that other word. Ship juice. I'm so sorry. I look it up. I swear I look it up. Like I'm not meaning to mess it up. It's not great. Yarn. And I'm gonna do that. It's gonna be like a summer blanket. It's gonna be all bright colors and rainbowy, and I'm very excited. I'm worried that I will love it too much and not want to give it away, because if I don't love it that much, it's a perfect baby blanket. Like it's those rainbow, it's like a rainbow
Yeah.
colors, but if it's for Alyssa's baby, maybe that'll be okay. Alyssa's not pregnant right now. I don't think, or at least she hasn't told me she is, but I'm manifesting it for her, and she would appreciate it. But yeah, I don't know. But that's also a long-term down the road project.
Well, that's us in our blanket bonanza. If you have any blanket plans or suggestions for your favorite blankets, we would love to see that down below. We're always open to suggestions, and our plans can change at any point because that's just who we are. But I have now a glare in front of my face, and the children have come home. So thank you so much for joining us. And we'll keep you updated on our blanket journey. And so we'll see how long we're in this era. Bye-bye.
Hi.